What's up, guys? We did it. WrestleMania 40 arrived and left. WrestleMania 40 has come and gone. And it was arguably the biggest in the history of WWE, but it was without a shadow of a doubt the most successful one financially in the history of WWE. So much to break in, so little time. Hello again, everyone, and welcome to Falls Count Anywhere here on the Rhode Island Broadcasting Network. Erik Dunn here, this time from the Attleboro Public Library in Attleboro, Massachusetts. Hope everybody had a phenomenal WrestleMania weekend for those that watched it. I was one of them that watched all of it. Man, what a freaking show, man. It was one hell of a great show. It was so good. And this is what I'm breaking down for all of you. The results of the card, my predictions, the Raw after WrestleMania. Breaking down that for you. And then a little update about Cena and Rock. Like I got a little bit for you on them. But I'm excited, guys, to break this all down with you and give you everything that I can give you. I also want to say just real quick a huge thank you for last week's episode. First time in a while I've rarely seen a show hit over 100, and you guys cracked it to 125 almost. And I want to say thank you guys so much for the love, blowing it up, sharing it out, getting it out there, and just paying attention to me. It means a lot. And satisfaction is 100% guaranteed every week, no matter what happens. And I'm excited to break it all down and tell you my opinion too. That's actually the other thing I'm also going to talk to you guys about is that I'm going to give you my opinion about WrestleMania 40 from my perspective and what I thought about it from my point of view. So, without further ado, this broadcast of Falls Count Anywhere is the exclusive property of Erik Dunn Productions and Rhode Island Broadcasting for the use of our audience in any publication. Reuse or redistribution by anyone is not prohibited and is given the express consent to be shared and is greatly appreciated. Falls Count Anywhere is live every Wednesday at 5 right here on Facebook, X, YouTube, and Twitch. Red Circle, Amazon, Google, Spotify, TuneIn, and Podbean Podcasts is where you will also be able to find me after. YouTube and Facebook, follow us there. Follow us on our Instagram accounts. Also, buy me a coffee at Rhode Island Broadcasting. Follow us there. Also, follow us on Kick to donate stars and bits to help better the company. So, let's do it. WrestleMania 40. Now, I'm gonna try to go in order for y'all, but just bear with me here, because I think to make things easier for all of us, I'll probably just go to Saturday first, and then we'll dive into Sunday. Yeah. So you know what? Yeah. So I'm just gonna go in. So this has no order. I'm apparently regarding the recap, so I'm just gonna do it anyway. So let's do this. Number one, Drew McIntyre and Seth Rollins for the World Heavyweight title. Drew actually did it. Drew defeated Seth to become World Heavyweight Champion, and he was, and I say was, a 3-time World Champion. Do you want to know why I say was? Because that run lasted only 5 minutes. Senor Money in the Bank Damian Priest cashed in to become World Heavyweight Champion. And you want to guess how that happened? One name for you. CM Punk. He was on commentary for the world title match. And just like the heel Drew is, showboating and gloating in front of Punk, who's still going to be out because he's recovering from a tricep surgery, mind you. Screw Drew. Attacked him. Can't say I blame him. But Priest cashed in at WrestleMania. I couldn't believe that they actually wrote it up to be like that. That was very interesting as far as I'm concerned. Like, that was a very interesting way for that to all to go down. I was happy that Drew won. Not too thrilled that Priest um, cashed in on him, but it is what it is. But speaking of Priest, I'm actually going to get to Priest in just a little bit here. So I got that one right. Drew won, so I really got that one right. So that's one. Number two, the Pride versus the Found Testament in a six-man Philly street fight. I got it right. Lashley and the Prophets won, but guess who was the special guest referee? Bubba Ray Dudley. And here's the funny part. It didn't take long for Bubba to bring out the glasses after Cross got into the face of the Hall of Famer. Bubba directed traffic for that to happen. So 2-0. Number three, LA Knight, AJ Styles, and Knight got the win. They developed a dangerous amount of animosity in just a short time. Absolutely. And I was very happy there. So that makes me 3-0 right now. Yep, 3-0. Now we move on to the United States title triple threat match, and this one I lost on 3-1. Logan Paul retained against KO, Kevin Owens, and Randy. Oh well. This one I'm so happy I got right. 4-1. Bailey. Also, for those keeping score at home, that's Yawny Man sighting number 1, by the way. And there's the man behind the scenes, Ron Rigo, right on cue. Thanks, Ron. Bailey defeated Io Sky to become WWE Women's Champion. 4-1. Got that right. So thrilled. And then we move on to this one. Rhea Ripley against Becky Lynch for the Women's World Heavyweight title, and Rhea retained 5-1. I call that one. Rhea retained in this one. This one I actually got right because I was 6-1. I said this regarding the ladder match for the tag team titles. I don't care who it is, but I don't want to be Judgment Day. I want them to lose those titles, but I want one of the pairs to either go to New Day or Awesome Truth. And Awesome Truth is the Raw Tag Team Champions. Oh my God. Believe me when I tell you, I love R-Truth. Like, he at 52 years old still looks like $1 million. Still looks like that he could handle it. Like, he's a funny treasure too. Yeah. Asian, yeah, sure. I mean, he's Asian a little bit, yeah. But Awesome Truth, Miz and Truth winning at WrestleMania, finally. So happy there. So that one made me, if I can go back on this, yeah, that one made me 6-1. And then this one, 7-1. Get this. Rey Mysterio teamed with Andrade to take out Santos Escobar and his own son, Dominic. 7-1 there. Jey Uso versus Jimmy Uso. Jey won, 8-1. All it is was just yeet and no yeet and just super kicks. And then 9-1. Jade Cargill, Naomi, Bianca Belair defeated Damage Control. Hell of a great match there. 9-1. I was 10-1 with this. I couldn't believe it. 10-1. Sammy and Gunther. Sammy is Intercontinental Champion. The 666-day reign of Gunther is over. Over. And so if I look at all of that, just going through that real quick, because I want to make sure that I got that right. So Drew defeated Seth, 1. Pride defeated Testament, 2-0. LA Knight got Styles, 3-0. Logan Paul won, 3-1. Billy won, 4-1. Rhea won, 5-1. Awesome Truth got it, 6-1. Ray and Andre won, 7-1. Jay won, 8-1. Cargill and Naomi Belair won, 9-1. Sami via Gunter, 10-1. And this one, I was actually hoping that I did get right. Rock and Reigns defeated Cody and Seth 11-1 with that one. That one I was happy to get right because that led to what the main event was. Bloodline rules, Cody and Roman for the undisputed WWE Championship. And hard to believe it, I was actually 12-1 because Cody Rhodes is now WWE Champion. Listen to all this. Rhodes, after hitting a spear and before connecting with the crossroads, Jimmy Uso smacked him in the jaw with a super kick before he could hit the second one. Jay emerged to attack his brother, take him out of the equation with a spear off the stage through a table. And then in the shades of last year's Mania, Solo emerged to spike Rhodes just when he was about to hit the third straight crossroads. Unbelievably, Cody kicked out of the spike spear combination. And then the greatest of all time, John Cena returned to WWE. Yeah, 12-1, I called it, yeah. And he hit a AA on Reigns and sent Solo with an AA through the table. But the final boss arrived, however, setting the WWE Universe to a frenzy. Cena tried to take a swing, but it was just a throwback to 28 and 29 of WrestleMania. Rock got a rock bottom on him, and then decked out in Shield gear. Oh my God. Entering into the iconic music, Seth emerged but was stopped by Reigns. Listen to this. The stadium lights went out. The Undertaker arrived at WrestleMania to chokeslam Rock into oblivion. And then this is where things got stupid, in a way. Rhodes was down. Roman had the chair that Seth brought into the ring. Almost a decade ago, Seth broke up the Shield with that same steel chair. There's always a plan B. Seth looked at Cody 2 months ago and said, I will be your Shield. Steel chair to Seth's already injured back. And Cody, with 3 crossroads completed, finished the story. Cody was joined by his mother, his wife Brandy Rhodes, Randy Orton, Triple H, CM Punk, Jey Uso, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, LA Knight, Cena, Rollins, Bruce Pritchard, and many of whom embraced the American Nightmare, while the WWE Universe wholeheartedly embraced their new WWE champion. What a night. Like, here's where my opinion will tie in with all this. All the matches that I picked won except for one of them. I don't think that's ever happened in the WrestleManias I've done prior to this. Obviously, I wasn't with you guys for last year's Mania or the Mania before that. But here's my opinion. Cody won. I was jumping up and down in my bed. Like, I was watching it in bed and just showing out after I worked that night. And when he won on that Sunday night, I watched the whole thing, the whole celebration. He did it. I was so overwhelmed with happiness for Cody that, you know what? I said to myself, he finished the story by becoming champion, but a new one's begun. How long is his reign going to be as WWE champion? Sami Zayn hit a brainbuster from the second rope. That was a move I actually thought was banned from WWE. Triple H's rules now, right? Sami was so good in this match, too. Amazing. I was elated. Bayley won. Happy. Rhea won. I saw that coming. Drew losing the World Heavyweight title in 5 minutes to Damian when he cashed in? Oh, God. That was a debacle there, but I mean, I was happy for Priest that he become champion, but that reign might be very short-lived. I'm going to get to that in 1 second. But overall, for WrestleMania, it was a really good show for me to watch. I enjoyed it. And that's really my opinion. It was overall a phenomenal 2 nights of WWE at its finest. Everybody stepped up and everybody produced. And speaking of WrestleMania 40, guys, listen to this. It was the most successful event in WWE history. It was the most successful, highest grossing. Here, here are the highlights of this. The gates. WrestleMania 40 broke the previous record set by last year's Mania by 78%, with 145, 298 in attendance at the link over 2 nights. The event drew fans from over 50 states and 64 countries worldwide. Viewership was up by 41% across both nights versus last year's record-setting audience. Merchandise, in partnership with Fanatics, merchandise sales were up by more than 20%. Sponsorship, it featured the first ever ring mat with Prime Hydration, Logan Paul's company. Fan event. It was the highest grossing and most attended fan event in company history. It was the most socially viewed WrestleMania of all time. 660 million views consumed over 2 days. WWE's YouTube channel saw its most viewed day in the channel's history, with on WrestleMania Sunday with more than 67 million views in 24 hours. Friday Night SmackDown at the Wells Fargo Center, largest gate. The Raw at Wells Fargo Center drew the largest gate. NXT Stand and Deliver was the most attended NXT event ever, 16,545. And the record-breaking event was highlighted by the highly anticipated in-ring return of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes' triumphant victory over Roman Reigns. Is that success or what? Like, those are not just like numbers that they pull out of their ass, guys. Like, these are numbers that actually exist. What a night, man, for WWE. 2 nights. I mean, you want to set the course? You want to set the course for WrestleMania 41 next year? That's how you do it. It was so good. It was so good. Now, I just spoke a lot. And just give me a second here to catch my breath for a second, because that was a lot to break down with here. But, oh, man. How could you not be excited about this? It was so good. It's those views to show the increase. Yep, I agree. Now, the updates I have with you about Cena and Rock, that's going to be what I use to wrap this up. Let's go to the Raw after WrestleMania results. Cody kicked off the show. Here's what I was going to tell you about this. The ring announcer, Samantha Irving, was so emotional at the end of the Raw, at the end of the Cody Roman match at WrestleMania the night before. You could hear in her voice, if you go back on the broadcast on Peacock and listen to it, her voice was so like real emotion, tears, so choked up. It was hard to hear her because she was so emotional, but her happiness was just showing. And then there was a chance, then she reintroduced him twice on Raw Monday night. I just thought that was cool. Samantha Irving's a hell of a great announcer, too. And then Rock came out and told Rhodes that their story was just getting started. So the story with Roman's done. If he comes back, it's probably going to be SummerSlam. But Rock, he said that he is going to be coming back at some point this year for WWE. Rock and Cody. That will be a hell of a fight. Excuse me. If you're not excited for that, you don't know what wrestling is. Rock and Cody, that story, oh my God, is that going to be so good. Now, the former NXT champion, Elijah Dragunov, defeated Shinsuke. He's also declared eligible for the 24 drafts. And then Priest and the Judgment Day celebrated their victories. But then get this. What began as a 2-on-3 handicap match with the new Raw Tag Team Champs Austin Truth taking on Judgment Day was turned on its head when John Cena returned to Raw to team with R-Truth and Miz. Cena arrived like a house on fire, and all three team members hit a triple 5-knuckle shuffle, or rather a 15-knuckle shuffle, and a triple attitude adjustment. It was so good. Roxanne Perez defeated Indy Hartwell. The new NXT Women's Champion was another surprise during the evening. Sammy was interrupted by Imperium during his return to Raw as the new Intercontinental Champion, but Chad Gable saved him, actually. And they defeated Imperium in a tag team match. And for next week's Raw, it's going to be Sammy and Chad in Montreal for the Intercontinental Championship. So Chad's going to get his shot again. Shea Cargo defeated Chelsea Green. Saw that coming. Oh, my God. Listen to this. Drew McIntyre gave an irate rant. And it was a very irate rant. And listen to this, too. Despite holding the title for 5 minutes and 46 seconds, he had a chance to get a rematch if he could win a fatal four-way with Braun Strowman, Ricochet, and Jey Uso. Jey tried to spear Reed through the table, but Reed sent main event Jey flying through the splintered wood. Ricochet and Uso hit Reed with super kicks before Jey drilled Reed with a spear, but the Scottish Warrior saved the match. With the match going into overdrive, Reed cleared the announce table, but it backfired as Ricochet hit a huge 450 splash onto Reed through the announce table. Just as McIntyre was about to hit the Claymore on Jey, CM Punk showed up again to cost McIntyre, preventing the Scottish Warrior from landing his finishing move. Jey went airball over the Uso splash, and he is now the #1 contender for the World Heavyweight Championship. Here's what I'm going to tell you right now. If this run with Priest is going to last for so long, give the title to Jey. Jey as world champion has more value as far as I'm concerned. And I don't know who's going to agree with me on that, but Jey Uso as World Heavyweight Champion draws money. Jey Uso as World Heavyweight Champion draws ratings. Like, yay? You know what I mean? Will like everybody bouncing down, going do 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 do. No one else can do that but Jey. Now, I'm just going to tell you this too right now. Backlash is on May 4th from France. And if I look at that, if I look at that correctly, Backlash is in 3.5 weeks. My question is it going to be Jey and Damian for the World Heavyweight Championship at Backlash? Is that going to happen? Maybe. Who's Corey going to face at Backlash? That's also a question mark. We're probably going to find that out maybe on SmackDown this Friday night. But hey, we'll see. But Jey, #1 contender, this time he has to get Priest. But he's got help. He's got Sammy. He'll help feed off Judgment Day. Maybe Cody will as well. But here's the concern. Seth Rollins is gone for 4 weeks. He's not going to make Backlash unless he miraculously makes it. He's also helped out Jey as well. I don't know what could happen with that. But here's what I do know. Jey Uso as World Heavyweight Champion is great business for WWE and for the fans. Just end the crap with Damian and just get him out of here. And well, I mean, not out of the company, but just get the belt off him. But however, this will set the stage with Drew and CM Punk. Like, what? This is what, the third time now? Or should I say, it was what, the second time in 24 hours that Punk screwed Drew? Excuse me 1 second. Sorry about that. Somebody turned the fan on over here, and I was getting cold. And I'm like, what are we doing in my room? Get out of my room, you know? Anyway, but yeah, I think that Jey has a legitimate chance to become World Heavyweight Champion. I don't know what could happen with that. But what I do know is Backlash could be very interesting because we've now set the course for next year's WrestleMania, and we're already going to start getting ready for that. Backlash. Also, King and Queen of the Ring, with Triple H could be in charge of that too. Don't forget, he won King of the Ring. He knows how important that pay-per-view is. That live event's going to be. So, we'll see where that goes too. Then you got Money in the Bank, Clash of the Castle in Glasgow. I hope that Drew is either champion by then, or he faces someone, or he wins it there. But I hope that they don't make a long thing out of Damian becoming champion, because if you looked at paper, Drew McIntyre, Jey Uso, Seth Rollins, those are the main eventers that can drive money into this company. Tell me what I'm telling lies. Damian Priest doesn't put asses in seats. Damian Priest doesn't draw money. And I know it's just business, but nobody in the WWE universe wants him as champion. Nobody. There might be a very selective few because of Mommy, Rhea Ripley, and Judgment Day. But, just fill in the blank. No one wants Priest. I'm one of them. So we'll see. Next week's broadcast, we'll look at the SmackDown and Raw from this Friday and next Monday and get ready for Backlash with any updates there. Now, let's wrap this up with Cena and Rock. First off, I'm going to start off with Rock. Yeah, I'm going to start with Rock. Rock exits. So it was announced on Raw Monday night that Rock stated that he has to go away for a while because he's filming another movie. But when he does come back to WWE, he's targeting Cody. That's why he said, your story with Roman Reigns is over. But Cody Rhodes, our story, has just begun. I'm actually anxious. I'm very anxious to see what the plans could be for Rock and Cody. Could be very interesting. But, oh my God, that crowd in Philly hated his guts. Shut the F up, a-hole. Like, USA had to bleep that out. But fortunately for us, when they go to Netflix, they're going to be uncensored, so that stuff won't have to be censored, which is actually kind of funny. But I'm excited to see what WWE could actually do with this. And yes, when we're here, we are all censored. But on the same token, I know right from wrong, so I know to not swear on this thing anyway. But I would never. But to hear that chant, if you guys can remember 7 years ago, shut the blank up and blank hole and all that, that was directed at Reigns when people thought he retired Undertaker. 7 years later, that's directed at Rock. I'm telling you, that Hollywood persona is working well. Like, that Hollywood persona is doing its job for WWE. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, it's hysterical hearing this. It really is. It's funny stuff. It's funny stuff. I don't think I'm ever going to get over that. Like, it's just funny. It really is just hysterical. So we'll see what happens with Rock. Now, Cena, the finale of this broadcast. So, Cena, let's talk about him to wrap this guy up, shall we? He did say that he hopes to return back to WWE for one final run after Christmas. What that means is that for Cena, he's hopeful that he'll be able to pump the brakes on his Hollywood career for one final run in WWE. So, if I can be able to get this up properly, this is what I'm going to tell you guys about it. Cena's been absent from the company since November 23. But he made a surprise appearance at WrestleMania Night 2 to help out Cody. However, speaking on the Pat McAfee show, Cena discussed his schedule, noting he would be busy filming through Christmas. But then he stated he's hoping to have one last run into return. Cena stated, I was grateful enough that Honda kind of bumped the commitment I had to be able to do WrestleMania. I have some more branding stuff to do before I leave for Europe to finish a movie that we started filming before the strike called Heads of State. Then straight to Peacemaker Season 2. That'll take us just through Christmas, and I'm crossing my fingers, toes, and heart that maybe, just maybe, I can tell Hollywood to pump the brakes for a while and come back to my family for one last run. I hope. I don't know. I'm trying, but we'll see what happens. Cena then replied to a clip of his comments and said he promised to do his best and walk the talk to set the stage for hashtag one last time. Cena has stated that he's drawn a line in the sand regarding his retirement from the ring. So this is his comments right here. So Cena, I wasn't really surprised, but listen to this. Cena draws the firm line. He's widely known for being one of the major faces of WWE. As he steadily nears the age of 50, Cena's appearances in WWE have become less and less frequent, as he's primarily focused on projects outside of the wrestling realm. But on a recent episode of the Kelly Clarkson Show, the 16-time world champion addressed his future in the wrestling business, circling the age of 50 as the marker for his retirement. Cena goes, 50 is my absolute line in the sand. I would like to try to retire before that, but at 50, I was going to tweet out, peace out, see you. I was very much driven where WWE was my passion 24/7, and I'm very grateful. But I've grown, and there's a lot of other avenues I'm curious about in life. And certainly being a great husband and partner is one of those. I want to try to do what I can in those avenues. So to wrap this up, I think that from Cena can absolutely confirm for us, that Cena's time is close to being up. It is going to be one of the most saddest days in WWE history when he retires. Can you imagine the amount of love he's going to get when he does retire? Cena's the first ballot Hall of Famer. They might even put up a section of the Hall of Fame slated greatest of all time category, because Cena belongs in there for sure. It's going to be a sad day. But what that means is Cena has confirmed that we will no longer be seeing him in WWE for the remainder of this calendar year, which means the next time we might see Cena again, the earliest, is the Royal Rumble in January when we hit 2025. So with that confirmed, that's going to set the stage for what could be his last run. What do you think? We're not going to know anything until we get a lot closer. But I actually just saw a comment. It said, I don't think it'll be a major role when he returns. I disagree. I think they're going to give him a big role, because if this is going to be his last run in 25 before he retires, they're going to give him that last run and say, we're going to give you full reign. We're going to give you all the reigns. Go with it. We also got to keep a close eye on Randy, because they could be doing something with him because of his back too. I'm not too positive on that. I'm not too sure, but any more updates, I'll have you guys there. I just want to take the time to guys just say thank you so much. This was a blast. Last week we were 72 hours before WrestleMania. Tonight I come to you 96 hours after WrestleMania, and I hope that this show was just as good as last week's. Please get us over 100 again. Blast us out, share it out, help me out, because you guys know a one-man band isn't enough instruments to make a song. I need more than one. So with that being said, on behalf of the man behind the scenes, Rodrigo, this is Erik Dunn saying so long and thank you for my live and talking space. One of them is my home in Bridgewater, but Attleboro Public Library has been giving me this space while I am in the middle of my bowling league, close to the end of it too. And very, very soon, unless I got somewhere else to be, I'll be doing it from home. But from the Attleboro Public Library in Attleboro, Massachusetts, Erik Dunn signing off and saying thank you so much. This has been another presentation of Falls Count Anywhere here on the Rhode Island Broadcasting Network. Raw Friday night, SmackDown Friday night, Raw next Monday night. There we go. I'll be able to give you guys all that then. Thank you guys so much for watching and for listening.